you're seeing, Kevin, is you're seeing alignment around the clean network, and that was the expansion that Secretary Pompeo announced today, and it's freedom versus authoritarianism. And what you saw with the expansion of the clean network is the launch of 5 new lines of effort to keep America's data safe from CCP surveillance state. And it's really an extension of the great one-way China Firewall, where all data can come in, none can come out, but reciprocally, all the propaganda can go out, but none can come in. And so if you look at those 5 new lines of effort, the first one is Clean Carrier, and it's an effort to ensure Chinese telecoms don't provide international services between the US and foreign destinations. The second is the Clean Store. And the goal of the Clean Store is to remove untrusted PRC apps from US app stores. And you've heard President Trump discuss the impending action on TikTok, and for good reason.
From an economic perspective, and you and I talked about this before, from an economic perspective, we live in a global economy. We live in so much in a world where, of course, Silicon Valley is increasingly doing business, not just with Asia, but also with Europe. So how does the United States balance the national security risks and the technological development and advancement? How should the C-suite be looking at that?
Well, I think, there's a number of considerations. The first one is, and this is what we say to not just the CEOs of Silicon Valley, but all CEOs, and that is corporate responsibility is national security. And I think that's really important. I think the other thing that you're looking at with regard to the CCP, in terms of some of our key apps, they won't let them into the country of China. And that's what I mean by the great one-way China Firewall. So all it is putting reciprocity and transparency into practice. That's really what it is. And we talk to these high-tech companies on a daily basis. Kevin, I spent 30 years out there being a CEO. So by the way, it is needed, and it's been needed for quite some time.
Are you prepared, and are you concerned at all about what Beijing's response might be to this action taken today?
Well, by the way, you know what? We've all experienced bullies in our life, some form of another. And when you confront a bully, it backs down. And by the way, it really backs down if you have your friends by your side. And you saw Secretary Pompeo do that with the UK. When they first began and said, hey, we're going to reconsider that Huawei decision, you saw from Beijing, hey, they're threatening HSBC, pulling that $100 billion investment in infrastructure. And that's when Secretary Pompeo, stepped up and said, we stand with our allies. We stand with the UK. We'll do what you need to stand up against that China bully. And that's just the way it is. And by the way, that's an 800-pound elephant in the room with all these nations, with all these companies. Is China's doctrine of seduce with money and reinforce with intimidation and retaliation. And I think the world is really tired of it.